Hmm. Well, welcome to another Innervision FM uh, with Hey Joe, LNC, and you as our audience. And we want to remind you that if you want to be a part of our studio audience, you can sit in and uh, and just as long as you're nice and don't do crazy stuff, or I will I will delete you.
Like that, you mean?
Right, man.
No,
That's right.
no, we had one guy. I mean, he started screaming and yelling, and it was like, I said,
Oh
I
man,
said,
I couldn't find that mute button fast enough for that dude.
oh man, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. But I'm not sure
Yeah,
what I
we're
think
all
we put
about
it out on
freedom.
Facebook, right? I think I put the password and everything on Facebook and something like that. And
Yeah, we're all about freedom of speech. We'll defend to the death the right to have that freedom of speech, but there are
oh,
some times where you got to be careful with that.
oh
Lots of
man,
responsibility with that thing.
it
Watch
was
where you're
crazy.
pointing that thing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We got a fun show today. We got
Yeah.
music history. We're featuring Michael Jackson today.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
stay with us because there's a lot of drama in the music and film industry. Um, got a couple other things on deck, and
Yeah.
music history is good.
Yeah. I was kind of get back to my copy. Okay, here it is. Okay, I was thinking about something that happened to me this afternoon, and I was, you know, s- sometimes you go to your bank and you try to change things, and you can't find the buttons. So I thought I would call the bank up um, and I got a hold of this lady from China. I mean, she had a very thick accent, but I could tell that how she curved her R's and all that kind of stuff she was from China. And so I explained to her that, I'm visually impaired. So if you could do it on your side for me, that would be great. So they have this thing now that on this bank account where they can they can just do quick assist. It was like a quick assist, but they can show you their mouse, but they can't actually do anything. Right.
Right, right.
So I kept explaining to her that, she said, "Can you see I'm pointing right here?" And I said, I'm blind. I can't see. Imagine yourself if you close your eyes, and what would you see? So I'm doing all this kind of explaining, and then she keeps continuing saying, and down where this blue button is, and
That's
it
that's
just cracked me up. It's like, uh, but then I finally figured out for myself, which I said, man, I didn't even need you. And but then I started wondering, like, how many Chinese blind people are very visible in the country of China, because I went to airport in Amsterdam and they said they had an accessible bathroom, but it was several steps down. So I'm kind of thinking, accessible for who? Unless you lift the wheelchair person up and then carry them down.
I
And
see what you're saying, Johnny. That brings up a very valid concept that I've been working on. Over the last, since about July 10th or so, I've been building this sort of simulation thing. And what it's designed to do, among other things, don't want to bore the audience unnecessarily, but it is supposed to track these statistics and this type of stuff. I'm having a little bit of trouble, getting it to show me some real world statistics that I need for data. So if you guys could do me a favor, do Johnny a favor as well, because this is important. Hit us up with some comments and some real world things that you want to see in this simulation. What we're trying to do is get 70 to 90% of the blind employed. And Johnny has elected to be what I kind of consider to be what's called well, I'm calling it a distributed accountability network node. This is, accountability can kind of be scary, but it has to do with the film and music industry directly, uh, and independent recording artists, AI, all kinds of stuff. So stay tuned for some of that fun stuff. But
yeah,
bottom line is accessibility. Um, Sometimes there are unintended consequences to all these regulations and the legal falderall that goes into
Yeah.
setting things like this up.
Okay.
Wouldn't you agree, Johnny?
Oh yeah. Let me get back to this thing. Okay, so we went on this fantastic um tactile tour at this museum where I got to see, actually got to feel this airplane, that one of those old airplanes where, remember when they just put the gargles on and there was no wind chill.
These are
I,
called
I mean,
biplanes, I believe. Yeah.
yeah, and I really I got to touch it, but and she said, well, the lady who was doing the tour, she said, we'll wait for a few minutes to see if anybody else is going to join us. But I'm thinking like, what would be a better thing is if you send out an email to the blind community saying, we're having this tour this day, let's say RSVP. So you
Hey,
just
man, that's
you're
not a
not
bad
guessing.
idea. Hey, why don't we set something like that up as Innervision FM and the Center for Government Accountability? Why don't we talk a little bit about this? Stay tuned, folks. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Whoa, what an idea, Johnny. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, but only in other countries do I find that happening. Here in America, if there's if it's a play and it has audio description, Barney Barlow, which is one, she sends out emails a week, 2 weeks in advance, a week in advance, a few days in advance.
Wow.
So we don't have that problem here, you know. But what I know is like when I go to other countries and I thank God they have the accessible thing, but if your people don't know about it, or if they're not getting reminded about it in some kind of accessible way, then what makes you? I mean, she's just getting good money for. I mean, I probably she has probably other duties as well, but maybe I don't know if they give her a little bit extra for that or not. But I'm just thinking, I was just thinking like, you know, it would have been nice to meet some other blind people because I mean they got the street set up where it's cuckoo, cuckoo, and so you can follow across the street. But I was I've yet to meet any. I met some wheelchair people, but I have yet to meet any.
Turn.
Well, I met one blind person, but he was kind of like a little off in his head. But so,
That's all right. I could identify with that guy pretty well. I'm a
oh
little
man,
bit
oh man, and I mean that's a story in itself. But yeah, it would just be nice. And maybe I'll go on the website and make that suggestion because the next time, God will I get a chance to go to Amsterdam, I like to see some of the other blind people and see how the other and just ask questions and see how the other half lives.
Speaking
So
of questions, if you got questions about the Walmart Roundup program, hit Johnny up. And you can also be added to the newsletter by emailing Johnny directly,
yeah.
Johnny at innervisionrecords.org. Tell us a little bit about the
Mm.
Spark Good Foundation and
Mm.
how people can take advantage of the Roundup program
Yeah.
through Walmart, Johnny.
And it's in there too. We sent out some pre-announcements, and it's in our message right there. It's just a matter of like you go to Walmart and then you type in Spark Good, then you look for a nonprofit, which will be Innervision, and then you
That's your
choose us,
favorite.
and then yeah, and then when you shop, everything you shop for from then on out, you can just say, hey, yes, I'll round it up, and Innervision gets a donation. Tomorrow I'm going to check it because tomorrow is a no, no, not tomorrow. Friday I'm going to check it because that would be the 1st of August, and then we can apply for more grants.
Absolutely.
But I want to
Absolutely.
see how this promotion is doing. If it's not doing, then I'm going to ramp it up because I have a list of about 5,000, well, 4,000 some odd people. It's a lot, and I'm going to just blast it. This if I don't see any ones that have rounded up yet. So
A little bit of
yeah.
time left on the donut promotional. Don't forget that stuff's also
Yes.
on the website. And do you put it in the description below? I haven't had a chance to look at the
No,
website.
no, I got off in this. It's on our. I think it's on our website.
Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah, it's
is.
on our
It
website,
is.
but it's not in the description, man, because the day was a frazzling day. I was
I'll tell you what, boy.
uh,
Where do you want to get started, Johnny? You want to start with
well,
music history or Michael Jackson?
no, this day in history.
All right.
I was telling Hey Joe, I mean, I was looking at that, I said, man, there's some interesting things, and
There's some cool stuff, man.
yes, but we'll get around, stick around. We'll get around to Michael Jackson and his father's and then how that relates to maybe some of you guys out there, your uh how you relate to your dad in your life and all that kind of stuff.
An
So anyway,
interesting thing that happened for the baby boomers is Medicare came into existence today.
yeah,
That's pretty
July,
interesting,
yeah, 1965. And you almost think that that stuff has been around forever.
right? Right?
And I guess I mean I know certain things started. I know the Great Society, was it the Great Society that started in the 30s with the welfare kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
Great Society, was that John
no,
Burke or was that something else?
oh, no, what was his name? The president, whoever the president was at that time.
Wilson? No, no,
No, that's
that's before that.
Roosevelt, not Roosevelt. Was it Roosevelt?
Let's see, Truman, Roosevelt, Eisenhower. Boy,
No, it had to be like Roosevelt. Lyndon B. No, not Lyndon B. Johnson. I don't know. It was in the 30s. So I thought the Medicare and all that kind of stuff came in all at that same time.
right, right,
But I
exactly.
guess, and then I found out that the SSDI didn't come in until 1956 for the blind.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and and this guy he was a lawyer, he was a blind lawyer, and he was working on that. And he,
Yeah,
he had a reader and stuff like that. So that came
yeah,
in around that. And
yeah.
then I guess, 1960, 1965. Uh, and then let's see. Okay. And then who was the first enrollee?
Who the Wubba?
Former President Harry Truman was the first enrollee. So I guess, they push everybody else out of the line, say, okay, we're going to have our ex-president sign up for this first. I don't know why anybody wouldn't sign up for it. It's like, or be
Oh,
hesitant to sign up
let
for it.
me see if I understand correctly. So he actually signed up as the first enrollee in the Medicare program. Is that what I?
Yes, yes.
Wow, that is
So,
amazing considering the president now has absolutely different health care altogether. And for
oh
that
yeah.
matter, so does Congress. They stuck us
Hmm.
with a shaft and they get the good.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Um, uh,
Shit,
So was
that's
it
great.
Calvin Coolidge or was it Herbert Hoover that was president 30s?
Um,
Coolidge, I believe.
Should be Calvin Coolidge, I would think.
When
wait a
was
minute.
Calvin Coolidge president? Looks
It happened
Who-
from 2nd, 1923 to March
23 to
4th, 1929.
Yeah,
yeah,
It was
23 to
Hoover,
29, and then Hoover. Yeah,
and then Roosevelt after that.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Check your
yeah.
history, folks. It's nothing but a lot of fun. Another thing that's historically interesting is In God We Trust is another one of those examples of
Yeah.
we think, boy, it's always been that way. Or maybe the Pledge of Allegiance, things like this.
In
In the
God We
case,
Trust, that was 1956. That was
right.
officially put into or put on the coins. And no, because I thought In God We Trust was put on there a long time ago, but I guess it was
No,
sort of,
it was 50s.
wow, that's another one I thought. I mean, it was just there. It's like, oh man, okay.
The same with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh,
It hasn't
by the
been
way,
around
I
forever.
heard this comedian Paul Newman, and he was joking about them putting they put Abraham Lincoln on a penny, and aren't they working on deleting a penny because it costs too much to actually produce a
I
penny?
understand that. I understand that.
So would they have to change Abraham Lincoln to another coin?
Maybe they'll save a few cents if they just get rid of daylight savings time. Don't forget to leave a comment down below to let us know what you think.
Gee, man, I guess, come on, poor Abraham Lincoln put on the cheapest piece of coinery that there was. Oh man. Oh well. Hey, th now this song, um, wait a minute, where is it? 19 the no. Let me go back.
Oh yeah, let's talk about this song, Wild Thing by the Trogs.
Yes. I didn't even know that was a name.
Yeah, the
A
Trogs
name.
are
Oh,
short for
yeah.
troglodytes, and troglodyte is a word used to describe the proletariat class, and that class is the plebes, and the plebes are basically you and me.
Hmm. Now, and I used to do that. It was just like a funny type of song. Wow thing. You make my heart. And
Yeah,
you
there's
That's
a
know,
band
that's
called the
funny.
Troglodytes too.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, as a matter of fact, yes, they do. Yeah.
now what was did they make it into the top something? The
Oh,
Troglodytes?
they're number one.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's wild. And then 1967, the Doors, and I was thinking about the Doors this morning because I had this conversation. Somebody was doing the laundry and it was saying something about me being strange or like that, and I said, and I kept thinking about Morris
Little
saying,
strange.
"Nobody knows your name when you're strange." Yeah,
This
and I
particular song, however, is Light My Fire. It's one of the most well-known songs the Doors ever did, besides that People Are Strange one that you brought up.
yeah, yeah.
Jose
So,
Feliciano made a big hit of that too.
oh, and was
Wow.
that the same song?
Same song.
Man, I hardly
Wow.
recognized it when he did it.
Yeah, well, it was totally different. It was more of a flamenco style.
Yeah.
You know what? Now I got to listen to it because I thought they had nothing to do with each other because he did it so differently. That is wow. Okay,
Wow.
ladies and gentlemen, I mean that's you're gonna have to you probably pull it up on your iPhone, listen to both songs, and I swear, shoot, and up until now I just never thought about it. It's like I just thought Jose Feliciano he wrote this song. and Morris he bought the other side. Morris he was so interesting. He would was it didn't he urinate on the stage or
Yes, sir. Yes,
just
sir.
crazy.
Oh, he had a lot of fun. He just
Maybe
had
you don't
anything.
understand. I'm doing my podcast and I don't have time to talk. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's somebody that flash from the past, DJ Woogie Fest that doesn't understand.
Spam in a can, spam in a can.
Maybe you still didn't understand me. I'm doing my podcast and I can't talk. Okay. There's a little bit of a hearing problem there too.
Sometimes you just got to be firm, but gentle, obviously.
That's like grabbing a tiger by the hair and said, "Do you understand me?" And the lion said, "I'm going to eat you."
Yeah, one time, man,
Oh,
I read a poem. It's like if you ever meet a whale, never grab that whale by his tail or something, else you
or
never meet
or
another
or,
whale.
or even let's see, you shouldn't grab a pit bull by the tail either. I don't. There's a few things you shouldn't grab by the tail. It's like it
Pit
was
bulls generally don't have tails though.
yeah. What it's something else. Um, it was something else that you shouldn't grab. Well, can you believe this?
I do. I actually
Okay,
do. I'm glad that. Oh, well.
okay. Let me. Okay, uh, do something while I'm gonna send this guy a message real quick.
So basically, Michael Jackson is up next on deck once we get the technical stuff figured out. I think we covered all the history. Unless, did I miss anything? Hey, Joe?
There's Prince Charles married Lady Diana
Oh, dude, that's one of the
in
most important
81.
things. Paparazzi was built from those guys, huh?
Yeah.
So I guess Lady Di,
74 Nixon surrendered the Watergate tapes under subpoena.
you know, it's funny because when that happened, I was 3 years old and I thought for sure a Watergate was a door to a watershed, you see. And a watershed is a water closet, and a water closet is the WC, which is a restroom. It's kind of weird how my mind percolates ideas and
The restroom here is called
Zoom. Cancel button.
CR,
a CR,
comfort room.
CR, comfort
It's called a
room. There you
CR.
go.
Yeah, comfort room.
Now, you heard about those toilets that they shoot water up?
Yeah,
A
bidet.
bidet.
A
Yeah.
bidet? Wow. That is just crazy. Oh, wait a minute. The Blair Witch Project,
Oh yeah, the
19
Blair Witch Project.
yeah,
1999.
yeah. So that redefined scary movies.
Pretty much. I mean, man, you had like this indie feel to it. I mean, these people with these quote homemade video cameras, documenting paranormal activity, which turned out later to either exist or not exist, depending on what spectrum you're on.
Right, right. And then 1956. Oh yeah, that we already talked about that.
Frogs.
In God We Trust, we already talked about. 1974.
We did
Oh,
that with
Nixon.
Watergate.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that one with the
Ye-
Watergate.
Oh,
2000, Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston got married.
Oh, dude, can't forget that one. Oh boy, oh boy. Everybody in the
They're
celebrity.
saying that Jennifer Aniston is actually a guy.
now wait, okay. I've never seen her physically, but what is she?
She's got the Adam's apple and stuff. So.
Oh,
See, that's usually a dead giveaway.
oh
You got an
man.
Adam's apple, that kind of thing. You know,
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen, everybody's got their part to play and the role to be on the stage because the world is indeed a stage.
yeah.
Don't
And
forget
then
that
the Prince, what was it? Was it Prince?
Prince Charles and Lady Diana.
Yeah. We already talked about that or
Yeah.
We
no?
kind of covered that
Yeah, okay.
DJ Woogie and you were talking there.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It's like, my mind was here, but it was somewhere else.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute for a minute, get set up for the final part of the show. I'll be right
Okay.
here still.
All right.
You guys do Michael Jackson.
Meeting security. With security.
Okay. So we're talking about this complicated relationship. Okay. Now you heard in the Bible it says like spare the rod, spoil the child, right? And I mean I had my share of whippings and all that kind of stuff. And
Oh,
my
yeah.
dad was he was more like a quiet guy. You have to really push him hard. I think the only time that he's ever like, took out the belt and went after me was he told me to stop playing in the water outside. And I kept playing in the water. I'm not even sure, water is fascinating to kids, and I guess, he had put this new grass up there and all this water could have made it into mush and whatever. And
Mhm.
so I think that was the only time. Now my mother, for some reason, he put her in charge of the whippings.
My mom was the one that generally did our turn at the post.
Yeah, and I think like,
My
why,
dad did one time. I remember one time my dad beat me.
Hmm.
I took one of his 30-06 bullets to school for show and tell.
Wow.
I was beat
Oh,
hard. It's a very, very memorable occasion.
oh man. See. So with my dad, I mean, I just know that he was a soft-spoken person, and if I went to him, he would say yes, but then he would say, "Go to your mom,"
No.
and she would be the no person. And
My
so,
mom had a stick for us or a paddle board, and on it said, "Pause, boss, as everyone knows, but what Ma says always goes. Bend over, grab your ankles."
oh man, that is wild. It's like this I guess, and I guess, well, uh, in my family I would think like my one of my brothers, he would be like really hard, and he chose to get a vasectomies because he didn't want any kids, but he would have been one of those hard kind of guys, but he said, "Oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to have, I know I'm not patient enough for kids. I'm not going to do that." right? And then my one brother, it was kind of funny. He had this daughter that was his oldest daughter, uh, and she was crying. So he was standing up in the middle of the room, and he would hit her with the little belt and say, "Shut up," yeah, until she got the meaning of, it's a time to cry and there's a time not to cry. So with Micah, some kids, but probably he was thinking to Mike, why can't you just tell me instead of, going for the belt? Is probably some kids thinking, right?
Well,
So,
with I spared the rod with my son mostly, and
hmm,
I'm genuinely sorry about that.
hmm, yeah,
My daughter here now, though, it only took a couple times spanking her butt, and she don't like it, and
yeah,
she's excellently behaved kid. She just doesn't get into trouble.
yeah.
And when she does, she tells on herself.
See, now I had the two daughters, and if I would have had boys, I think I would have did differently because the girls the mother kept saying, no, she said, now you spank those girls. And I did it, I think I did it once, right? And I just didn't, they listened to me well enough where I really didn't feel like I needed to do much. Um, Now with their boyfriends, that was a little bit different, even though they were, they weren't my kids or whatever. I had to like, ask them like serious questions like, son, you say that you love my daughter, but you don't got a job. And these kids, they come with the silliest things. So I thought about like, and most of these kids didn't have a dad. They were living with their mom. And somehow their mom didn't tell them, son, it's okay to fall in love with someone, but if you're planning on getting serious with that person at the age of 14, it's not going to happen. And it's,
Another thank you to Linda Mays Johnson.
Yes, yes, absolutely. He is well loved in many circles and well remembered in others.
yes. Oh man. So I'm not exactly sure, how bad these spankings or whatever, or was it the look? Because I have a feeling that Joe Jackson could probably give a look.
You know, it's interesting because things appear to be a lot different than they are now. And this is a systemic issue that I would submit that is indeed at least nationwide, if not worldwide, where there might be a little bit of corruption, maybe a smidgen of rot going on, just my opinion. Get
Yeah.
saved today, by the way.
I was watching live at 5 and I didn't get into the story, but it was like this mother and the child was hitting the mother and she was saying,
Yeah,
now, and I, I, I didn't believe what I was saying. And she was saying something like, now you shouldn't do that.
right.
And then the child hit her again. You shouldn't hit me. That you I'm thinking like, who is this lady? Because a little 3-year-old, 5-year-old can hit you pretty hard. Especially if you're not looking like Elon Musk got found out the hard way that a 5-year-old can punch him in the eye. And, and I gotta think, what is this new kind of parenting where you let the kid hit you? Oh, and I used to know this lady that this she had a 7-year-old, and I guess he or not, I think it was 7 or 5, and he hit her, and she said, "Oh, you're gonna hit me now," and I'm thinking like, lady, you better stop this boy because when he gets big enough, that's not gonna fare too well.
That's one of the things I had a problem with Samantha with her hitting
Hmm.
hitting her mom, but she got it from her cousins that they were always hitting their mom. So Sam
Wow.
thought she could do it too, and it's like she found out different. Now she don't do it no more.
You got to be firm and you got to be gentle. I mean, that's just really all it boils down to is you can't have one without the other. It's got to be a balance. You got to be firm.
Yeah. And because you don't want because if you let like an adult cop discipline you, it's probably not going to be that good. It's
Well,
going to
that's
probably
why
be
it's
a
really got to
beat
be.
down.
Well, go ahead, Johnny. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's probably going to be a beat down, especially, and then if you get into a gang, that's going to be another type of beat down. So,
That's why it's
so
always good to have a immutable moral compass. Something, someone, some mentor, some leader, some thing that you can look towards that is truly not corrupted, truly not, out to self-serve or be vain or any of
yeah.
this stuff.
And avoid Obama's advice about getting a gay mentor.
Well,
Obama is sick in the head.
there is no doubt about having no choice but to call out certain things as they truly are. Present true facts, be factually honest, all kinds of fun stuff. And so, what I decided actually to do was, I kind of got tired of the 70 to 90% unemployment rate within the blind and low vision community. And I figured, well, man, I'm just wasting away up here. Why not employ some of these evergreen skills? Do you want to learn how to play guitar? Do you want to learn how the music and film industry is shaped and formed? Johnny J can help you with some of
Yeah.
the educational materials. And well, since I work with him, I'll kind of pitch in where and when I can. I also did you want to cover other stuff before
No,
we?
no, no, no. I mean, man, time has flown.
Yeah, yeah, it has.
Gee,
I also
We
wanted to
need to get
cover.
out of here, guys. I got
all
Sam's
right.
having a dance thing at school. I gotta go attend and videotape, so
Hey Joe,
I
All
gotta
thank
right.
you
go.
for joining us. Thank you for joining us, brother.
See
All
you
right,
guys.
man. See you again.
God bless you.
Have a good weekend.
Major Mike Johnson has left the meeting.
So basically, what I decided to do was, by golly, I want to work with all the blind. I want to work with the otherwise disabled folks. So we kind of started a group called the United Association of Blind and Low Vision Individuals, people. I don't know. That one's kind of a little rough yet, and we'll get that puppy off the ground. Right now, it's a private group, and the guy that started it. And anyway, there's a bunch of technical issues to where I can't make it public myself, or else I would. But I think if you search for it and ask for an invite or something, I'll be notified. Anyhow, Center for Government Accountability, first distributed accountability network node would be, for instance, Johnny with what he's got going with Innervision FM. The idea being we partner up, we help each other out.
Oh
Johnny
yeah.
works with an outfit called, do you still work with Recycle God's Love much?
Yeah, I go up there. I plan on going over there tomorrow because it's going to be the biggest first Friday. So I'm going to go up there and say hello to the guys tomorrow.
Awesome, awesome. So you got first Friday of the month coming up on Friday, obviously.
Yes.
You're setting stuff up for tomorrow. And that's the main thing in the music and film industry is relationships first. Truly building out that community. So Johnny, Saturday of last week, what would you call that? Another release of the movie Even Me on YouTube?
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
periodically you'll put that up there and then put it up there a couple of years later, I've noticed
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. And then sometimes I did one time where I cut it up in half hour kind of things, you know?
Yes, yes, I remember. I think that was the last time that you did that. That was
Yeah.
helpful for those of us that love the content and, have limited time to, sit there and watch the whole thing at one time in one
Yeah.
go. But check this out. Tell them, Johnny, if you would, about what the movie's about. Set the scene before I
Okay.
launch into
So
what we got going.
it's two college guys, and one is a single dad, and then the other one, he's single, fancy free, and they decided they're going to school, they want to start a band, but they have limited funds to start the band, so they get some friends to make up flyers, and then I wanted to do a little bit. Now this is kind of silly. This is like 90s, 80s type of thinking. So I decided let's put make the girls in there like kind of like uh wanting to get with the rock star, the lead singer, and let's put a competition in there, and let's make one girl like a villain and the other girl, she says, hey, this way, and and it's so silly because I'm thinking like that maybe these kids were like in the 20, 23, 20 something like that,
Mhm.
and they went along with it.
Yeah, yeah. It's the way that the music
Oh,
industry sometimes is, huh?
yeah, so we had a lot of fun with it and had a lot of good people helping. And I did something you should never do if you're doing an independent film. Use only one type of camera. Because if
Oh
you use
man.
three types of camera, it's gonna show.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. They're talking about different angles, different lighting, even
oh yeah.
the different frames used
Oh
per
yeah.
second and things
And
like that.
and back in those days, it was a camcorder, it was a high eight, and it was a 3/4 inch, which is the highest quality. Now, I guess we have the iPhone. So
Oh, yeah.
if you videotape with the iPhone 10 and then you switch to iPhone 14, or then you switch to iPhone 16, you'll probably see a difference.
Well, you'll see a pixel difference, depending on the camera, that's for sure. So, what happened was this. Right after the movie, one of my buddies from, gosh, I can't remember if I met him in high school or if I just met him at a party. He had just had an unfortunate accident where he was blinded by some folks as he left a party. Much of his face was damaged and things like this. But man, I remember his excitement when Johnny started doing the filming, and and I remember, how did it go, Johnny? I guess you guys completed the film, and directly after the completion of the film, that's when the ultimate tragedy happened, where
What he did, he was an entrepreneur, and him and his friend they started up this it was a salon where women in lingerie shine your shoes, right?
oh, whoa.
And they were making some
Oh,
pretty good money,
ooh.
and these women was getting some, a shoe shine maybe cost maybe $5 at the time, maybe. But you give her, got this beautiful lady, you give her like, a 20, maybe more, you know.
That's
And
what you call thinking outside the box, ladies and gentlemen. Toss a
yeah,
comment down below. Let us know what you think about this. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all that neat
yeah.
stuff.
So him and his cousin were driving home, and somebody tried to carjack him. And I guess they hit the gas, and the person just shot into the car and killed both of them.
Oh man, that's really
So,
unfortunate.
but it
Yeah.
was really weird. Oh, tell me, this is how weird things are. So I went to school, and so I was listening to stories from different people.
Mm.
One lady, she was not a teacher, but she was a counselor. She said Aaron was running away from the prison. Then I heard another story,
Yeah, I
this
heard
and
the
that.
same thing.
And then I talked to the mother, and she told
Yeah,
me exactly what happened.
right, right.
And it was almost like, how did these all these people get these different versions of a carjacking to running to all this other stuff? And that was
Well,
just
it's
the
a
weirdest thing.
telephone game, kind of. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's something that happens all the time where information gets convoluted, and then pretty soon you have a distorted picture of what's really going on.
Yeah. So that was just interesting how, that whole thing, you whispered in somebody's ear and then it goes around seven people and then the story comes out totally different. So
Yeah. So I decided I would start kind of program this simulation with the help of AI. Try to get the 70 to 90% of the blind employed. Try to give back what's always been given to me. And man, I'm grateful for the stuff I've got. I'd encourage folks to choose life today as opposed to choosing other than, be engaged with your life and live every single day in the present. But anyway, I started building this simulation using some ideas that I've had rattling around in my head with regard to different structures and systems. So what I did was create a little scenario wherein this is kind of a proposed sequel idea for even me. I'll go ahead and bring this AI
Details.
on.
Heading. AI companion button.
Right here.
Alpha.
Well, we're a little late, aren't we? Are we
Uh,
good? Or do you want me
No,
to?
no, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I just saw my charger went out. Go ahead.
Right.
General, action. General, action. General, back, button. Ring on.
All right. Can you hear my thing?
Yep.
All
Yep.
right.
Show microphone, button. Go in, button. Go in. Gemini, turn on captions, button.
Hi, Gemini. It looks like we're live. Do you want to go ahead and recap for the audience, please?
Okay, here's a quick recap for everyone. We were in the middle of a scenario for Johnny J's podcast, and we're about to continue where we left off.
Okay, go ahead and start by giving us the recap, please.
Okay, so we're continuing the even me scenario for Johnny J's podcast. We've established that the main character is feeling a bit down on their luck, and we're about to see how they try to turn things around.
Can you elaborate? Because I have the exact notes. Do please leverage your memory for recall. We're talking about the band and we're focusing upon the first part of the scenario. We'll then move to the second part. Can you help?
Okay, so in the first part, the band is struggling to get gigs, right? They're playing in dive bars and not getting paid much. The main character is feeling discouraged and wondering if it's all worth it.
Unfortunately, that's incorrect. Can you leverage your memory, especially the phrase sudden money? Also reference the lexicon, the simulation, and the meta simulation for this.
Okay, I remember now. The main character finds a bunch of cash in an old coat pocket. Sudden money. They use it to pay off some debts and treat themselves a little. It feels like a turning point, but there's a hint that it might not solve all their problems.
My most sincere apologies. It looks like there needs to be some retweaking. These are not the notes that I had meticulously loaded for this scenario. I do thank you, however.
No problem at all. I'm here to help. Just let me know when you've got the correct notes ready, and we'll continue.
Or,
I have
no,
been
no,
reading.
you should let me know when you got the right concept.
Great. Let's get back to the story then. Where were we?
Actually, this is actually the very thing that I'm talking about. This costs time and money. So let's go ahead and hold off for now. We'll tell the audience to come back next week or whatever, and we'll have this squared because you're an awesome collaborator, and I know we'll be good for this.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you for your help, and I'll be talking to you in a minute.
Now that scenario about the finding money in the pocket, that's an interesting concept.
Isn't it though? You can do such cool stuff with AI, man.
That's wild. Okay. And that part about like having problems with the gigs, that's what I wrote in the second part. Did I share that with you? Because in the first,
Yes, you gave me an email,
oh,
what, about a year ago, and I expounded on it.
oh, okay. Because I'm thinking, how did you know about that part?
Yeah, no, you gave me an email because you're like, hey, couldn't we use AI? And I'm like, well, yeah, you got to get the money and get the grants first, bro. And
Yeah,
then you did some or did whatever you did, and you're like,
yeah.
yeah, so
And the guy I'm working with, he says, he wanted me. He said you should put more humor in it. Oh, and I just sent you something that will, it's supposedly it will fix things in your editing or it sounds like it would you could write down what you want it to create and it will create something and it's in the testing process, so
beta.
it's free. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I emailed it to you and to Hey Joe,
Hey,
and
perfect.
maybe we could do some stuff with that stuff. But anyway, this guy said he knows Dr. Dreg and stuff like that, and
Oh, yeah.
he says, "Oh, we could probably get you some money." I don't know. He was dangling that. I don't know if he could or not, whatever. But he was saying I should put more humor in it, and so I went on to something else, and I'll get back around to it. But yeah, I thought about, yeah, put a little bit more humor in it, because I put in more like the romance,
So,
the
so then check this out then, Johnny. What do you think about this idea? What do you folks in the Innervision FM universe think as well? Toss down some success stories, some stories, of your life that might need improvement. I would just any comment will do, right?
yeah,
We'll go ahead and pull out the names, protect the innocent and all that. Keep the identities out of everything, and we'll just assign user 123 says, and we'll go that way.
oh yeah,
Get the statistical data that we need for the simulation. We'll get the analysis that's necessary, and boy, we'll get the 70 to 90% of the blind, low vision community employed. We'll get the otherwise disabled people employed. And you know what, folks? If you're financially challenged and you're struggling and you're able-bodied, hey man, hit us
yeah.
up, www.intervisionrecords.org.
Yes, definitely. And I'm still negotiating with DVR with the getting Tony's recording time budget. So they said they didn't want to go for 20 hours, so I cut it down to 10 hours, and hopefully they don't want to go any lower than that. Um,
Well,
but
there's a
it's
cap that they have to stay under, and that's why the Center for Government Accountability and the Distributed Accountability Network nodes and hubs
okay.
with the Disabled and Needy Fund, all that is important.
Now, if it was like she's told me, if it was like 7,000 for the whole thing, she can approve it. But once it goes over $7,000, then she has to send it over to the big boys or big girls, whatever.
That's right. That's right.
So,
And so there's a way around this, folks.
oh yeah,
We will find it. Walmart Roundup program through the Spark Good Foundation helps out. The donut promotion that we have going through.
go to the
in
website
August.
innervisionrecords.org. That's
All right.
innervisionrecords.org. And if you want to be a studio audience, Johnnie at innervisionrecords.org. Johnnie at innervisionrecords.org.
Yep, and don't forget, it doesn't really take all that much money, folks.
Yeah.
Just
No, it doesn't.
$8, $10 here, that's going to put us in the black with a quickness.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you're actually supporting a great cause.
Yeah. So see this weekend it's gonna be I'm gonna do a 2 o'clock thing with Woogie this Friday, and he's like a little kid. He's so excited. So
That's awesome, man. I can't wait.
so
Tell
he's
them
gonna
hello
it's gonna be
for
some other DJs there as well. And I told him I'm not going anywhere in person. I'm gonna do this and then move on to something else.
tell them hello from the good folks in Colorado Springs, Woodland Park area.
Oh yeah, definitely. So you guys have a good weekend and happy August. Will
Yep,
be the next time we see you.
that's right.